The ECB are now more focused on bank lending and they are stepping away from the currency war. Pernille Henneberg, Danske Bank. So the ECB surprised the financial markets by cutting interest rates in the Eurozone to zero, expanding its money printing program and reducing a key deposit rate further into the negative territory. What is your assessment of this announcement?
Well, I think it's a very positive announcement and it should support risk sentiment in general. The market reaction was very much in a zigzag move, but it should be supportive of risk sentiment that we have this big package of easing from the ECB once again. However, we also think it's very important to note that the ECB is now more focused on improving bank lending instead of trying to weaken the currency by cutting rates further. So a big shift from the ECB, and they are stepping away from the currency war, in our view.
Okay, well, with more stimulus than had been expected, the ECB appears to have attacked below target inflation with several measures to try and rectify this problem. To what extent do you expect Draghi's actions to be significant as the markets begin to digest these changes?
We think it's as I said, it's a change in the view of the ECB. So previously they tried to lift inflation by weakening the currency, but their now focus is on improving the bank lending channel, and that way they want to close the output gap in the euro area, which would support domestic-driven core inflation. So a change which should eventually put some upward pressure on core inflation, but it's not a quick fix. It will take some time.
Lastly for today, next week we have a whole host of interest rate decisions from central banks all over the world. Can we expect to see a domino effect following on from the ECB's announcement?
Yeah, you could say that March is very much like December was, with a lot of central bank meetings. In December we saw that almost all of the central banks were hawkish. And although the ECB was very dovish yesterday, we do not expect the Fed to follow. So the communication should be hawkish in our view. Interesting is that the core inflation in the US is starting to pick up, and it's actually not that far from the Fed's preferred target for core inflation. So some support for the Fed to sound slightly hawkish next week.
Thank you, Pernille. Be sure to check back on Monday for the week ahead with Monica Gibson. Have a nice weekend and see you next time.